Hey guys, this is Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with mail day number 12. For those of you who have not seen my mail days, they really are a scroll through slideshow of usually it's 5 or 6 cards that have arrived at my PWCC vault. That's where I ship all of my graded cards, well, most of my graded cards, and actually some of my raw cards, depending on their purpose and my intention. So we just kind of go through a quick slideshow and we talk a little bit about the stuff that I'm collecting. This is not stuff that I necessarily think other people should collect, and it's also not necessarily the best investment pieces. Sometimes I collect just to collect, and there's a purpose over and above making profits on sports cards for me. Some of them are investments, but most of them are for collecting purposes. So let me switch you over here, and we've got my PWCC vault pulled up. And we'll start our slideshow here. These are usually about 8 or 9 minutes, so let's stay on it. Card number 1, again, if you've watched some of my recent mail days, you know that a theme for me recently has been chasing this 1997 Precious Metal Gems set one step at a time. Here's another creepy example of two, futuristic cameras. What does that say? I can't. Galaxy News. It looks like there's cameras facing Arvydas Sabonis. Again, Arvydas Sabonis was an absolute animal. We all wish that we had seen some of his better years in the NBA, but he didn't come over to the NBA until later in his career, towards the back end of the peak, maybe twilight of his career. But even then, he was a fantastic basketball player and an amazing passer. He was sort of like by that age, he was sort of like Marc Gasol. In his younger years, I think he was more of a dominant force on offense than Gasol ever was. But anyway, so Arvydas Sabonis is just another chink or another check mark in the box of that 97 Metal Gems set. I actually have 2 Arvydas Sabonis, and so I have a bonus Arvydas Sabonis. So it's always nice to have an extra Hall of Famer for trade bait. But this Arvydas Sabonis right here is one of the cards that I picked up. And actually, I think this was a situation where a very good friend of mine noticed it. He knew I was collecting the set. He saw it at a card show. He shot me a picture. He said, "Do you need it?" I said, "Yes, I do." And I said, "How much is the guy asking?" "Well, here's what I'm willing to pay." He got the deal done. He actually took the card in for me and shipped it. And so I owe him a Cajun Cardboard T-shirt, so I'm gonna hook him up, and obviously I appreciate him helping me out with that. But anyway, that's card number 1. Card number 2, another fantastic player, not a Hall of Famer, but a fantastic player from the '90s. Mark Price. This was from his Warrior days. Certainly more well known for his years on the Cavs. He was always a 50, 40, 90 threat. Fantastic basketball player, an incredible free throw shooter, really underrated player. Where did he go to college? Yeah, Georgia Tech. That's right. Really underrated player. Was kind of the head of the snake for those great Cavs teams from the '90s with Brad Daugherty and Larry Nance and him and Elo forming a super cracker backcourt. But Mark Price is a very good point guard, a very good player, and happy to add him to my PMG set as well in raw condition. At some point, I got to get all these raws graded. Sticking with white backcourt players, and he is shooting guard Jeff Hornacek here. If there's anybody that did not look like an NBA basketball player, it's like 2 in a row back to back. Jeff Hornacek probably fit that mold too. Not physically imposing, but a fantastic player. And a lot of people forget he was really a killer during his short stint with the Philadelphia 76ers. But an Iowa State Cyclone out of college. Jeff Hornacek is another check mark in the boxes next to the set, so I'm inching a little bit closer, and happy to have added that one in there. Again, I got to get all these raw ones to PSA at some point. I don't know when that time is, but it's coming soon. Next, I picked this up in PWCC Auction number 10 or maybe 11. I can't remember. I think it was actually 11, auction number 11. I bid low. I got it below comps. It's a card that I didn't have. Obviously, I'm always looking for Jordan cards from the '90s in PSA 10 slabs, and this one features, one of the greatest tandems of all time with Stockton and Malone, along with, 2 of the probably 7 or 8 greatest players that ever lived in Jordan and Magic Johnson. So from what I know, this is part of a 3-piece set that says Barcelona. featuring all of the members of the Dream Team. This is the middle card, number 2. There's a card 1 and a card 3, and you can put them side by side and piece them together. And it's a really cool looking feature. Hopefully, I'll pick up Team USA 1 and Team USA 2, and then we can put all 3 of those together. And I'll show you guys on a future mail day, because you know me and you know my OCD nature. There's no way I'm going to be okay with just 1 out of the 3. So I'm going to pick all 3 up in BSA 10 condition, and I'll get you a look at that in a future mail day. The big card that I picked up in this mail day is a 2003 Topps Pristine Refractor LeBron James rookie. This card's numbered to 499, and it's in BGS 10 condition. You can see on the back the card's numbered 278 out of 499 with a nice big photo headshot of young LeBron. What numbers did he put up in high school? 30 points a game, not bad. A little under 10 rebounds a game. Looks like a little under, maybe 5 assists a game, something like that. So it's a lot of blocks a game. Wow. 233 blocks in 24 games. That doesn't seem right. That's almost 10 blocks a game. That definitely does not seem right, but we'll go with whatever the card says. That's the first time I've ever noticed that. Let me know in the comments if you think that's an error. There's no way LeBron was blocking 10 shots a game in high school. Anyway, BGS 10. This is called the Pristine Refractor Uncommon, and the Uncommon is numbered to 499. There's also, I think, a Common, which is numbered to 999. And there's also a rare, I believe. I'm not real super on point with the Topps Pristine variations, but I knew it's a serial numbered refractor LeBron BGS 10, and I actually picked this card up here. This is my purchase here in the PWCC Weekly on April 3rd, so 8 days ago, for $58.80. The sale before that was about a month earlier for $6,000. The sale before that was the day before that for $9,000. And if you go all the way back to November, there's a low one here for $37.30, $55.38, $7,000, $6,500, $7,000, $8,100, $8,400. So I felt pretty good at $58.80. Again, this card's not in Card Ladder, so I'm looking in the sales history. I'd like to see a chart, but I don't know if I've hit the bottom. I'm not always in that game of trying to hit the bottom. Sure, it would be nice, but again, this is a long-term hold. I've got a pretty big LeBron rookie collection, and a LeBron collection in general. He's one of my primary player collections that I have. He's probably number 2, right behind Jordan, ahead of Giannis and Shaq slightly. So happy to add this one in BGS 10 condition, especially. I remember pulling these 2003 Pristine cards out of boxes way back in 2003 with my law school friends. And then the last card on our list, nothing big here, and no surprise. You guys know what a big fan I am of Kevin Porter Jr. Picked up another PSA 10 Silver. I just think they're too cheap. We've talked about it. I did a whole video on the 2019 draft class. I just think he's too cheap, so I picked this one up for 99 bucks. Here's a picture. Here's my pickup right here. So on March 31st, I paid 99 bucks for my card. As you can see, since then, there's been a little run up. He's been on fire lately. I probably should have pulled up his game logs. But the kid has been absolutely on fire. He's had triple doubles. He scored 35 plus a few games in a row. He finished the season last night with like 26 and 10. He's just killing it. It's finally clicking. The game's starting to slow down for him. He's starting to understand how to play the game and manage the game from a point guard position, and that's evidenced by his card growth. So you can see over the last 1 month on Card Ladder, his card has gone from a pretty steady 100, and it's got down as far as 84, 87, all the way up to the last, it went from 99 or from 100 to 135 to 150. So now remember, his cards have been significantly higher than this. As you can see, when he was on his super tear, about a year ago in that bubble, they got all the way up to $643. I don't know if we'll ever see that number again, but I know that it's more likely we'll see 200 or 300 than we will see under 100 again. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll dip again in the offseason, but I suspect Kevin Porter Jr. is going to have a nice little run up leading into next preseason, since him and Jalen Green finish the year so strong. But again, that's it, guys. So you've seen it. Back to the list. It was the 3 PMGs raw. Nothing exciting there unless you're a big PMG fan. But 3 pretty dang good players to pick up for those 3 PMG slots that I can now check off on my list. The Barcelona middle card from the Skybox Team USA set, the LeBron Pristine Uncommon Refractor BGS 10, and then the Kevin Porter Kevin Porter Prism Silver PSA 10, which is a pop 937 card at the moment. Anyway, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I like to keep these mail days short. Ooh, I'm over 10 minutes, so I lied to you. I try to keep them under 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I got plenty more mail days to come. Every time I get 5 or 6 cards, I'm going to throw them into a mail day video so you guys can see me put my money where my mouth is and the type of stuff that I'm interested in and I'm buying. And as you can see, it's a pretty interesting variety of stuff, all the way from ultra modern back to the mid 90s, raw, graded, BGS, PSA, whatever. I'm all over the place, but there is a method to my madness. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.